To the women in prostitution made me realize that just telling the story was not enough. It was the first step. And all of us were in it together as women who were not prostituted, but also had to fight so many other struggles and so many other battles. And so my own journey to understand who I was and all the issues that we had to take on because of sexism, misogyny, literally began in that moment when I faced the courage of the women in the brothels who had 4 dreams when we formed Apne. And the 4 dreams were they wanted a school for their daughters because they said whatever had happened to them had happened, but they wanted a different future for their daughters. They did not want them to be prostituted.
Yeah.
The second thing, the dream that the women had was they said they wanted a job in an office, which meant that they wanted a fixed monthly income, they wanted old age pension, they wanted to be treated with dignity, not with violence and abuse. They did not want a job based on body invasion, which was inherently exploitative and had physical and mental health consequences as a result. The third thing they wanted was a room of their own, just like Virginia Woolf and so many other women who have articulated the same thing, where they could sleep for as long as they wanted, where nobody would kick them and beat them, and their children would be safe, and no customer would just walk in wherever he liked. And the fourth thing, which many of you will understand in the room, because it really is my family of choice who's in the room today, the fourth thing they wanted was justice. And I asked them, I said, what does justice mean to you? And there were 2 things they defined as justice. The first was protection. They said there was nobody to watch out for them when they were pulled out of school and sold into a brothel. There was nobody to watch out for them when they tried to run away from the brothel. And the police often told them that this is your life, go back to the brothel. And the other justice that they wanted was, they wanted those who had bought them and sold them, who had brokered away their dreams, to be punished. They said only that will end the impunity. We want accountability. So based on those 4 dreams, we set up Apne with 22 women in prostitution. None of them are alive. One's committed suicide, some have died of AIDS-related complications, and one's been murdered, and so many things. And one died giving birth to a child. But their dreams live on in the work that Apne has done. And the work that I personally, with the family of choice, with people who are here today from the Coalition Against Trafficking in Women, with people who are here today from the Women's Front of Norway, with the people who are here today from Survivor Speak, Dee Clark, Tina Bienami, Agnete, Jessica Newworth, Pierrette from the European Women's Lobby, with Rachel Moran from Space International, with Sarah Benson from Ruhama, and of course Tinku Khanna, who's the director of Apne, who was the first employee of Apne. Who is now today the director of Apne. So, we made the journey and here we are. And finally, of course, I want to mention Coalition Against Prostitution. I met Gregoire a few years ago, and he said, would you like to be a part of Coalition Against Prostitution? And I think I said yes within a few minutes, or maybe 10 minutes or 15 minutes, because I saw his sheer commitment to our cause. I found a feminine man who empathized with what we were thinking about, and a strategic and effective partner. I have never regretted it. The partnership with the Coalition Against Prostitution has been strategic, it has been sensitive, and it has created a place in my heart as much as in the work that we do. So thank you, Gregoire, and the Coalition Against Prostitution team, which has flown down to partner with us to celebrate the 15th year of Apne, to share this important congress with you. I also want to thank Nuzizwe from Embrace Dignity, who's from South Africa, and she is from the African National